allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Establish quorum roll call. Holden. Yes. Ackley.
Yep.
Buckeye. Radcliffe.
Yep.
Hubbard.
Yes.
Steamboat.
Yep.
Providence.
Here.
Clinton. Union. Owasso.
This is 911.
This is 911, so you don't
Negative
matter.
Ghost Rider.
You don't matter.
Never do.
You have a quorum. Would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Oh, false. Second. So let's get a bunch of here, so it wasn't quiet. Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion, any additions or anything to the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Approval of the minutes from the October 2019 meeting.
Those should have been sent out. But
What?
the type of meetings agenda.
I didn't. Wait.
Go ahead.
I didn't get those. I got it.
I didn't find anywhere where I had 911.
You didn't either?
And it's, I had EMA, but not 911.
So here is the minutes from that meeting. If you look at this screen here.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from 911 meeting.
Motion by Daggs, second by Kraus. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Financials, October 2019.
Did you get those in your mail?
That's all EMA terms.
These are covered. This detail for, because most of our expenditures have been all at the tower. So currently we're at 31,000, but there should be a check that went out in the last week, I think, for 50% of the tower. And it was like $20-some thousand, $30,000. They billed us, it's been a little squirrely. We had to have 25% up front, we had to have 50%, then we had to have another amount for them to deliver it, and then we're holding, right?
It's been incredible. I'm going to address that here in a minute too.
It's been crazy, so. But we're still fine on budget. Our total budget's 221 and we've spent 116.
Which line item is the tower coming out of? The
Uh,
equipment?
Right here.
Oh, their tower.
Okay, that one's gonna be, so there's a couple of line items here that are gonna be over budget. One is the radio equipment grants, because there wasn't anything, that's a new line item. So that was taken out of some other line item. I'm not sure where it was taken, but I had to make that line item specifically so we could keep track of the communities that were getting their $3,000 grants, and then we could budget for next year easier than just having a guess. And then
It doesn't really come out of another line item, it just comes out of your total.
it's coming out of the total. We just added a line item.
Yeah.
So
So you'll be over.
it shows over budget, but it's really coming out of something else.
So you need a motion to approve the financials.
Motion to approve financials. Motion by McClellan,
Second.
second by Ritchie. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Old business. Number one, the Hubbard Tower update.
I'm normally a pretty positive guy, but this ride we've been on for the last 6 months has been kind of incredible. He mentioned working with the tower company in particular, delay after delay after delay. There's 3 companies essentially involved, plus electricity. One delay right off the bat was they wouldn't start production of the tower. They wouldn't even move a piece of metal until they had 25% down, and that in government, that takes time to get money to them. We explained, days are of the essence, but it didn't make any difference. And now they want 50% down, or 50% now that it's complete before they'll ship it. Originally, we were scheduled to have the concrete drilled and poured the first or second week in November. They had breakdowns at a different site. They can't be here until the week of Thanksgiving. So I'm hoping they're here Monday, the 26th. That's going to take 3 days to pour and drill, and it'll take about 10 days to cure. The tower will arrive during that same time, and Sabre will put it up. That'll take about 3 days. And then if it's on that schedule, lucky enough, we get to involve a weekend in there between the time the tower's up and when the crew can come and install the equipment. Looking at Monday the 19th for completion, unless if I can buy a day in there somewhere, that's as fast as I can get it done. Again, we were originally scheduled to have this thing up in the middle of November, but delay after delay, and our guys in Waterloo have been fighting really hard for us. I've seen a lot of emails go back and forth, and they've used words that I wouldn't use. So, but that's what it is. We have to be off the elevator site by December 9th. That's the agreement. There's no budge on that. So we're gonna be as late as we possibly can. I think we're looking at having the equipment taken down on Friday the 6th, because the 9th is on a Monday naturally. And so we'll be out of their way. Tomorrow we're gonna go, we've got a crew of 4 or 5 of us and 4 or 5 volunteers, and then 6 or 8 technicians are gonna be all over Hubbard and all over the surrounding area. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try to we're gonna change the method of how we page things. We're going to use the Radcliffe Tower, and we're gonna try to direct page Hubbard from the Radcliffe Tower, see how that works, what coverage we get, and also possibly try to do it from the main tower. See which one works best. We're gonna, I hate to say it, but we're gonna rely heavily on I am responding during that time, because some of these pages just aren't gonna get out. But then the idea is I might get with the fire chief and see if he's interested in going back decades and doing a calling tree or anything like that, if it's a big deal. But tomorrow is the day that we're gonna start the emergency contingency plan to see what coverage we can get. We know we'll get some, but it won't be reliable, I don't think. So it's nobody's fault. Maybe the drilling company's fault, but if things break and they get behind schedule, it's kind of just keeping a dog and pony show put together in the same direction. And it's it'll get done. I'm looking at possibly 10 days being without good coverage.
Can we help?
No, the drilling company's on.
No, he means from a paging.
From a paging point.
Oh, can we help?
Can I, like their PSAP, might be worth doing it.
Their PSAP's still gonna come to the main tower just like ours, so it'll be the same.
Yeah, we can direct page off my 100-foot tower. And we tested that. You remember?
Tested in Radcliffe, it worked.
Okay.
So I don't know about how reliable it was, but it worked. So
Depends on how the winds.
yeah.
It's an option. I'm not gonna guarantee it's gonna be any better than, the I'm responding still the best route. We can try.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of work done tomorrow to try to figure out what works best, and we don't know, frankly, if any of it's gonna work great, but it's not gonna work great, but we're gonna try to get the best we can out of it.
So just between us, that you and I are gonna understand, we added everything that was on the simulcast. We added it onto a screen for the 100-foot tower.
Mhm.
I don't know which one's gonna work better.
Yeah.
Obviously, when it's down, that's not gonna work the simulcast, but we could try the other one.
Yeah, it'll, I can be over by Traer and get the pages, but I can't really understand it. But anyway, we're just gonna try a couple different towers and see what works best in the city of Hubbard. We'll be there for probably 2.5 hours tomorrow.
Will you run off the repeater in Buckeye, the Hubbard repeater over there? Because we run our radios to call. We run off of that with our mobiles.
I don't have that repeater in my scheme. It's like a local repeater. I don't have it in our main scheme. All in all, it's disappointing. It's not going to be huge, but I like things to be done on time, and this one isn't going to
Say
be.
most of us are running I'm responding anyway. We don't carry pages anymore.
I hate to see something happen because of the tower being down. But it's all we can do. Oh, the second thing is the lease agreement. The county attorney I know has been swamped. I've been talking to him on other matters. The D&D Ag has sent the lease agreement to their attorneys. It took a long time to get it back from them. They had a few minor changes. They were kind of cleanup changes. One of them is we listed D&D Ag as the owner that we were going to lease from, and that's not the actual company. It's actually there's a company that owns the ground, so forth and so on. With your permission, because we are going to start drilling before the next meeting, those cosmetic changes that are just being cleaned up, maybe there could be some discussion if Dave could still sign that with your permission so we can get it in place before we start drilling. There wasn't anything that changed the substance of what we're paying or anything like that. It was just some cleaning up words and names. I'd hope to have a copy tonight, but the county attorney wasn't able to get to it.
Holding that or something, do we?
I don't think, is there any reason really to bring that back for any of us?
Let's be done. Up to the chairman and me.
You making the motion?
Sure. I'll leave that in the hands of our chairman.
Have a motion by Kraus. Second by Smuck. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Anything else? Thank you, Nick. New business. Start considering an FY 1920 budget. Budget will start November, December. We'll start the preliminaries, the billing, the monthly givens. But projects, things like that, start put some thought out there of what we're going to be tackling here in the next fiscal year. Actually, it'll be our 2021 budget that we're going to be preparing.
And that has to be done by when? Is it in December? Or is it January?
No.
No, it's going to be February or March. March.
The 911 is
Well, okay.
March. The 911 is March because it doesn't have to
Right.
go to the
Oh, all
county
right. So
budget
it's-
system. The 911 is separate, so it's March. And then the commission budget has to be done by February 28th.
Okay, new one was early.
Yeah, it's the commission one that has to be done early. So then we can send that over and you guys can figure that number into your. This is the way the sheet's going to be sent out to you. I'm going to go back and I'll put in what was used in 1819, just as historical, but you will see it so that you can see, because of the way the budgets work, at least in my experience, is I have to have a proposed budget. If we're going to make any changes to the budget, line items and things, I have to make those and hand those to the auditor for her to make budget look right before we start working into getting the process of a new budget approved. And so this is what the 911 budget will look like. I don't think there's anything, I have not seen any bills come through that I would add another line item. That EMS, the department grants, is the only thing that we've added that I really wanted to keep track of. So part of it is that you guys were accustomed to having the state budget page, but that doesn't give you a lot of information. It doesn't give you transparency of what's behind those numbers. So by doing it this way, I'll look through the details, I'll have the numbers, and then I can propose what we're going to look at needs in the budget for the next year. But the projects that you want, whether it's on radios or whether it's towers or whether it's new mapping, whatever, that we need to start looking at that now so that we can build it into the budget. So I'll send that out to you guys when it's more complete.
Questions,
Say
comments?
your 2021 used.
What?
Say 2021 used.
Oh, like I say, that's got to get, there.
Then the adjusted is that if you would do a budget amendment.
Right. Well, adjust it. So I'm going to look at these numbers that's in the current budget, and where we haven't spent any money, then like down here where we've got radio equipment grants that we've already got a bunch of money out, I'll pull money down and make those line items look accurate and see if we still have enough money in the budget to maintain the budget, or if we're going to have to look at it budget amendment down the road. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And this is just from this, I'm truly doing budget only off my past experience in budgets, and making them work that I can understand them to be able to explain them to you.
Further discussion? Any other business? All right, next meeting date. I'm looking at my calendar.
17, not 15.
That should be December.
What? Oh, jeez.
October 15th at 6 p.m. looks like to me.
Here we are. December 17th is what I would do.
Yeah, December 17th.
Is that a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Ritchie, second by Kraus. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
You said the 17th, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The regular schedule.
Look, I've got everything. I've got
The what?
everything that you said on it. Next meeting date, everything. I have your original copy.
What, yeah, this is wrong on here.
Mine says October 15th.
Mine says December 17th, 2019.
Seriously?
Yes.
Is that your EMA budget? Your EMA?
You're looking at.
Oh, the EMA one's
All right. Would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Ritchie, second by Diggs. Further discussion, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We've got about 7 minutes before